Hey there, it's that mama. And today we're going to visit the res room. We're going to finish part 2 of the Pets series. We're going to go to res room and look at their store and see how it's laid out. And later on, we'll have all the specifics listed for how a pet would cost and things like that, and how the pets operate in world, and what care that you need to do with them, and how you can role play with them. So let me find, and I do have a lot of res room pets. Should have a res room landmark. Here's res room. It looks like he's having a 30% discount. Here is the group join, and don't ask me why. I would have placed that like right here or right here on the back wall of where the reception desk is. But anyways, there's your social media and your redelivery and your group join. And I am pretty sure, let's see, let's just go to groups. Okay, there is no fee to join the group. So that is a good thing. Okay. So let's check out the sale, because he usually has pretty good sales. There's a pig baby farmer, so pig babies, a French dog, the bumblebee set for French dogs, chimpanzee pool party accessories. Here's a toy poodle dog, a summer wear for your goats, up here we have a long-haired Pomeranian, a summer wear for your chimpanzee. And she just bought one of those little poodles. So over here, that's new, Luigi Bulldog, Mario and Luigi Bulldogs. Siamese Cat Wednesday. And then the Lynx Cat is new. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then there's a whole bunch of just newer items that have come out here. Let's take a look. We got the alpacas. We have a necromancer. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Here's a pug adult, cyan. Cute. A fairy. Have a little fairy floating around. How cute is that? An evil fairy and a good fairy. Okay, it looks like we come in here. We've got a skunk. You can now officially have a Pepe Le Pew. Here's an octopus. The pug hot dog, kangaroo family, and there's even more downstairs. I've got the Siamese cat, amongst other things. This one's cutie, the rabbit Teddy. It's like a little rabbit, but it's like a teddy bear. And it almost reminds me of that cartoon of that evil bunny rabbit, except it doesn't have big evil bug teeth. I can't remember what cartoon that is. But along the sides, he's got the typical animals that he's had for quite a while. An otter. You can get an otter. There's a koala. So I have been wanting to look at some smaller dogs. Here's one. That's a Shih Tzu. Don't know. Here's your res room gifts. And it's been quite a while since I've been here to the gift section of it. But a Grouchy and robot vacuum Animesh. Oh, that's cute. I don't think I've ever gotten that one. There's a grave. Here's a pumpkin. Is that a whole avatar? The cattle lantern Animesh. Yeah. Cute. Crystal pandas. This is actually the Pomeranian right here on a robot vacuum. So I can put a little robot vacuum in my house. Is this the cat? No, this is just a fox statue. Okay, I was like, is there a cat on the vacuum? So I've been down here with my camera. Down around here, he's got some tattoos. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what kind of tattoo. I've got a frog. Quite hilarious. Let's see, that's big dogs, chimps, mice, things like that. There's gonna be a small little puppy here. There's boxers. Oh, I don't want a boxer. Okay, these are Pomeranians, long hair, Animesh companions. Cute. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Let's see how much they cost. Okay, so you can get the fat pack, and what the fat pack includes is this is how he constructs his fat packs. You get the wearable or resible Animesh version that wanders, follows, and is idle. It has 3 skins. Then it also comes with the companion. So you get a holdable and a companion, and the fat packs run $1,600. So then we move to each individual one. The companion by itself is $980, as well as your holdable. You're paying $1,960 compared to a fat pack of $1,600. So he saves you 360 lindens If you are wanting both of these, buy the Fat Pack. And it is nice to be able to hold your animal. So let's go back down to the basement. So I was enchanted with this little guy. I'm not going to get the holdable right yet. I'm going to get the companion. And he does come 5 eye colors, 9 stink colors, spikes and thorns, and everything you can change. So that's going to be cool. 800 lindens. We'll go home and get our new pet out. So let's go in here and find my newly purchased res room. Objects, res room, little punky. Okay, let's prepare this surface just to res out my companion. I will show you, get the transparency on. I put down a little floor to cover this area so he won't sink into this mesh floor when he's wandering around this little area. So it's really easy to do. You go to build and you flatten the box and spread it out to whichever size you want to. Then of course you go into your texture and you turn it transparent. So it's that easy. All right, let's get into our, let's open up our inventory. And I'm gonna go recents and get the little Pokey Animesh companion. And I do believe it has, it has a cute little opening. I love that that's cute. And then it gives it to you. Okay, so you have it there. Okay, and here it is. You get a landmark, you get your card that comes with it, and then you get the actual item. Let's plunk him down, and we will go through all of his system cards and show you how a res room pet works. Here is my little punky, and I called it Kiki. But this is how a res room operates. The majority of the res room pets, companions, holdables, they all have a basic menu. And within this menu, you are able to reset it if anything messes up or you didn't want it that way. There's colors. And in this one, I can pick the colors of the spikes, the colors of the thorns, and the colors of the eyes. Or I can just sync it all together. In the materials, you can have normal maps are enabled, specular maps are enabled, and the glossiness is enabled. So if you want all of those on or off. Animations, you can go through and toggle them on and off. You can loop it, and that's what I did. Loop, play an animation in loop. Toggle, enable, disable some animations, and the statics, play a static animation from the list. If you're doing a shot or just messing around with your little with your little guy. But I just usually loop it and play all of them. So in the toggles, everything is toggled on. If you want it toggled off, push this button and it will say disabled. So you know it's not going to play that particular one. When you do press this, you can see, and you can reset everything. So that's how that works. Okay, go back to the main, and here's where you name your animal. You push name, and you can show that it's visible. You can, since I've already named him, I have the option to change. You can have Second Life name it. It's a random button there. And you can pick the colors that you want your name to appear in. Then this is where it is different from the holdables to the companions. You have a radius. So you can set your radius, and it tells you the current radius is 5, and that's a little tiny 5-foot path there around the animal. So you can go up and down and more or less simply by going like this. Or you can jump by 5. But I like to keep it at 5. So there we go. And then in the modes button, you can have him idle, wander, or follow. Current mode is idle. Idle plays standing animations. Wander wanders around the radius, and follow follows the owner. It's always in idle when you first bring him out. Now, since I've set the radius, I can go ahead and switch him to wander. And then click back to my main, and then I can ignore. And he will wander all around in a 5-foot radius path. Now, of course, sometimes he'll come through the wall and look dorky, and he'll go back and forth and stay in this area. So that's what's nice. And like I said, I laid down that board so he doesn't sink and fall into the mesh flooring. But that is how a res room animal works. I'll show you what he does when you want to go and follow. You push follow, and he will follow the owner. And that's the only option that you have. So I'm going to walk here, and you'll soon see. I'll walk out to here, and you'll see him coming right along. And of course, he's sinking into the floor in these areas. And that is just because of the path and the way that mesh works. Once he gets out here, he's going to get out here pretty soon. He'll take the less direct path. He won't walk clear down here to the steps because I'm way ahead of him. So he's clumping along. And of course, he is higher than the ground because that is the way this is, because my house has a big foundational step right there. He stays on the same level. There is no clicking and adjusting hover heights. If you want to do that, then you go to edit, and you just simply have your up and down keys. And you can bring it down and go up. So that's how you fix that. But that's what follow is. And I'm going to go ahead and have him follow me right back to where we first originally had him. Because if he follows you to a certain spot and then you change him again, he will be in that area at a 5-foot radius. So when you change him back, he doesn't automatically zip back to this spot. He will just be in that zone and do a 5-foot radius or 10-foot or whatever you put for the radius. You can touch this up and do that and fix him. And then you click on him, and I put him back into the wander mode. So there he is, and he'll wander around. So there you are. Now, I'll go ahead and add him as a companion to me. And you can do that as well, just by saying add. And the same version, will come here, right there beside options in this little blue box. So you can do all of the colors, the settings, the animations, the name, and the materials all over again once you have him added to yourself. And this is attached to you. So of course it will go where you go and stay right where you have it. Now what's nice about this is that it doesn't come with the holdable features. It doesn't come with the holdable animations. So it makes your arms hold it. But you could use this pet as a companion and do a static pose, have a holding pose, and you could move it into your arms. Because you can edit this just like anything else and move it all around your avatar's body. So you could actually have him perched on top of your shoulder instead of down here by your feet, if you wanted to do it that way. So you can change that option. But on default, it comes about a foot away from you, right there at your height. And it will teleport when you teleport. It will not get lost. So if you TP in and out of places, it will come with you. But that is Res Room, and it's so simple to have a Res pet. You don't have to feed it. You don't have to check on it for its well-being. You don't have to clean up after it, but you can still do those activities as role-playing, and you can take it and go to different destinations and incorporate it in your role-playing world. So lots of opportunities to do with the Res Room. My little guy, you can see the stats on him. He takes up a land impact of 50. Some of them are more, some of them are a little less. That's probably in general a little comfortable number for an impact. So I'm just happy and pleased with my little Kiki. It's so adorable. And it's just what I was wanting. It's not actual dog, and it's not actual dragon. It's like a dog dragon, a dragon dog, however you want to say that. But it's my little Kiki. So there you go. I'm glad that you watched this one. And like I said, I'm not comparing or contrasting any of these particular animals amongst each other. I love all of the different pets that Second Life offers. I'm just showcasing and letting you see. You can make your own judgments and opinions, what you like best. And if you do have a judgment or an opinion, either on my video or on the item itself, please leave your comments below. Also, if you have any other ideas about what you want me to review in Second Life, please leave those suggestions as well. And get ready for part 3. Xion will be my next one that I cover in this 4-part series. Thank you for viewing It's That Mama. Bye-bye.